Hey guys, this is Meredith at limecompass.net, and I have an educational video for you today on detox. I've gotten several emails about what do we do for detox, and I'm just going to go over some basics. This is not medical advice. This is just showing you what my family does. So for those of you that are new to Lyme disease, you might be important for you to know that when you treat Borrelia, there's a die-off that happens, and in that die-off of the Borrelia, a neurotoxin is released into the body, and that can make you feel really, really sick. So with some diseases, you take medicine, you get treatment, and you feel better. But with Lyme disease, you get treatment and you often feel much worse because you have to also work at clearing out the die-off. Which is why detox is really important in treating Lyme. So I woke up this morning and can you all see the difference in my eyes? I've learned to pay close attention to my face and how my face is changing, but one of my indications to upping my detox game is I will start to get one drooping eye. And so I got in the sauna this morning. I'm currently in the far infrared sauna and it's starting to get hot in here. We were able to purchase this sauna from a grant that my sons received from the Limelight Foundation, which is an incredible supportive foundation that helps children get grants for Lyme disease treatment. My son Eben has a very fragile constitution, and the sauna therapy works for him. When we first started, he could only be in here for like a minute to 2 minutes without having a Herxheimer reaction follow. But now he's able to be in here longer, and of course with any sauna therapy, you want to be well hydrated. So one thing that we do in the sauna, and you don't have to be in a sauna to do this, but we do dry brushing for detox. So we will dry brush our lymph nodes. And we will dry brush our lymph nodes on our neck, in our armpits, in our inner thigh, and just help keep things moving. I found dry brushing extremely helpful when I was bedbound. I really wanted to exercise. I wanted to get up. I wanted to walk. I wanted to be a living human being. But anytime I tried to exercise or walk or get my blood flowing, I would have an insane inflammatory response. So me trying to exercise would just cycle me into this insane inflammatory response, and then I would be in bed for days. And it was, I would play that game for a really long time. And finally, I'm better now. I can do some exercise. And for me, learning to exercise in water was really was a game changer. Without having gravity on my joints, I could do some movement in water, and I've been able to improve over time. So, what else can I tell you? So we take many supplements and herbs to help the detox process. One of which I just took, I must have left it out there. It's the Vitality Detox Drops. And I think it's vitalitydetoxdrops.com. And that's a hydrolyzed zeolite. And that really can help pull toxins out. There's lots of information on their website, and they talk about being able to pull from the blood-brain barrier. And so when I notice this drooping eye, I take them. And I also always reach for the Vitality drops when my children are very emotional. And sometimes they'll wake up and no matter how we try to help them, it's all tears. And the detox drops, it's pretty amazing that I can give them to them, and 20 minutes later they're happy and smiling, and that's amazing as a parent to see. And what else? Some folks use foot baths, like ionic foot baths for detox. We've done that. We don't own one currently, but we've gone to places where we pay to have the foot baths done, and for us, it wasn't life-changing. Some people swear by them and love them, but for us, it wasn't like, this is so profound, we're gonna keep going and doing this. But my older son loves some people say rooibos, some people say rubus, but the African red tea foot pads. He loves to have them put on before he goes to bed at night. And when we peel them off in the morning, sometimes they're like green goo, and sometimes they're like really dark brown, but he loves those things. So I'll take you out here. I'll show you some other supplements that we take and explain a little bit about how we detox. So some of the supplements that we use for detox are things that just grow wild around us in Western North Carolina. And I've lived in different parts of the country and sort of always found these herbs wild. And again, whenever you're, picking herbs, just make sure that it's a clean area that's not being sprayed, because that would defeat the purpose if you were harvesting from a heavily sprayed area or roadside. But so the herbs I think of are things that are abundant in the spring greens like nettle and chickweed and cleaver tops, violet leaves, and burdock root. Burdock root cooked up is super tasty. If you look up Japanese gobo recipes, Gobo, you'll find wonderful ways to make burdock. And those are things that like we have in our life regularly. And I should state that we don't wait until we feel funky to include detox things. It's part of our lifestyle. It's everyday foods, everyday teas, and we live with Lyme disease, so we're constantly including these things in our diet and in our food. It's not like we wait until we're full on in Herxheimer mode to include detox stuff. It's everyday stuff. So things that we grow or things that you could buy at the grocery store are parsley. We eat a lot of parsley. We chop it and pile it high on our food, and we make sauces with it, salad dressings, all that kind of stuff. And we also grow a lot of cilantro, which is yet another detox. Juicing celery is another bit. And so those are some of the foods. Oh, I should also include milk thistle. Milk thistle I've grown in the past. It's super challenging to process, and so I no longer grow milk thistle because it's so labor intensive. I buy the seed and I grind it in a coffee grinder, and then we sprinkle it on our food. And it's great on salads. It has a super nutty flavor. So that's that. I mentioned cilantro, and Dr. Klinghardt out in Washington, he has a product that's sold through BioPure, and he combines the cilantro and broken cell wall chlorella. Broken cell wall organic chlorella is something that we buy, but we have so much cilantro here. And the cilantro is included in our food. We even put it in smoothies. But Dr. Klinghardt, I've read articles where it's been explained that, the chlorella is this wonderful pulling detox herb, yet he feels it doesn't have the binding power to, move things out. And so combining the cilantro with the chlorella is sort of like a great pair. So I don't buy the BioPure product, but I do buy the chlorella capsules. I usually keep this in a dark cabinet, but I just brought it out to show you. So I buy the capsules from Star West Botanicals. Dr. Rawls has the tablets, like Vital Plan, Dr. Rawls. I'm never sure of what that website is called. But the capsules we use because my children don't really enjoy the taste of chlorella. Some people love it and they use the powder and put it in smoothies, but we buy the capsules. And some people use spirulina in the same sort of way, using an algae, but for my family, the chlorella works better, so that's what we use. Let's see, what else? Other things that we buy are, this is called The Gift. It's by MotherEarthLabs.com. And this supplement I love. It's basically humic and fulvic acid mixture. And if you go to MotherEarthLabs.com, they have all sorts of videos and articles explaining how this works. But for me, quality of life is just immensely better using this supplement. I have run out and it's taken, a little while to get to me. And I feel the difference of when I'm not using this. I learned about this through Dr. Jerry Tennant, who's a doctor out in Texas. He's brilliant. He invented the biomodulator, which is something that I use for inflammation and pain. But anyway, when I saw Dr. Tennant, he drew my blood and we looked at it under a dark field microscope. And it was clumped. The red blood cells were like all stuck together and barely moving and just like bleh. And then he had me take 1 ounce. This is the concentrated form. I mixed this with water, and then when you can buy it by the gallon, but we just buy the concentrated form. Anyway, I took 1 ounce and we waited maybe, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes, something like that, and we drew my blood again. I had no water, no food, no difference, just me sitting in the office and just having had the humic fulvic. And the difference was amazing. My red blood cells, there was moving around, there was fluid, my blood was moving. And I could see cell wall deficient forms coming out of my cells. And that was pretty profound. And I think that it's, if we can get them out of our cells and into the flowing bloodstream, they can be attacked. Herbs, antibiotics, frequency therapy, whatever kind of treatment you're doing, when they're hiding inside our cell, they're hard to get to. So not only is this incredible detox, incredible nutrient assist, it also helps with my treatment too. So, said those things, detox stuff, hydration is so incredibly important. And, I've been in different stages in treatment where I have dealt with a lot of nausea. And in that nausea, I didn't want to drink, I didn't want to eat, I didn't want to put anything in my body. But hydration is so important. And if water is difficult for you to drink, trying lemon water. I did lemon water with pinch of salt for a long time. Lots of herbal teas. Just stay hydrated, keep things moving. And in realms of keeping things moving, constipation is something that you do not want to combine with Lyme disease, or I don't want to combine with Lyme disease. Want to keep things moving all the time. And so we do high magnesium. We use a lot of magnesium threonate for neurological stuff, for sleep and anxiety and just the calming of the threonate. But the threonate doesn't move the bowel the way that like citrates do. And so if I'm kind of getting into a little bit of a funk, and for me, my warning sign of like need detox is my thoughts will turn negative. I'll feel it in my body, the crud, the kind of flu-like symptoms, but also my mind, if I start being more on the negative switch, if I start thinking that everyone has it better than me and my life is horrible and funk, that's my, hey Meredith, detox. So I will up magnesium, keep things moving. Sometimes we do enemas. And yeah, so magnesium plays an important role. Also, magnesium Epsom salt baths. When I'm stiff and sore, especially morning inflammation, an Epsom salt bath in the morning can make all the difference in the day. So it takes a whole lot of upkeep, As you very well know, you may look normal to everybody else, and sometimes people don't see, the behind the scenes of how much effort and energy it takes to be standing and having a conversation. So, I said that, some people use things like berber. I don't use berber. I have all these wonderful herbs that we grow and we have access to, and it's my understanding that berber is a tropical plant. I just don't have access to it. But some people it works wonders for. Some people use Alka-Seltzer Gold, not cold, not gold like the metal. Alka-Seltzer Gold can help people with detox stuff. And what else can I tell you? And we use machines. We have several machines that we use for treatment, which I should probably make a video about one day. Like, we have a hyperbaric chamber, and we have violet rays and the biomodulator and all these frequency machines that we use for treatment. But we also have machines that we use specifically for detox, and I will show them to you.
So my son Oak is on the PEMF Supply mini mat, and this is yet another tool that we use for detoxification and increasing blood flow.
And getting rid of limes.
So this mat is from PEMF Supply, and we won this mat through the Lyme Cares, which we were extremely excited about. So my son Eben is sitting in front of a far infrared dome, which helps with detox, and it's not as intense as being in the sauna. So while he's sitting doing Legos or reading a book or listening to an audiobook, we like to put this far infrared on here for him, and it's quite helpful. And here is my lovely husband Jem, who is doing a detox treatment on our Rife machine. And we have a BCX Ultra Rife machine, and Jem is currently using the Ray tubes. The BCX Ultra comes with foot plates and different handheld metal ones. They also actually have a ionized foot bath that you can attach to the Rife machine also. But we do many detox settings on the Rife machine, as well as some treatment settings. When I first tested positive for Lyme, we had an MD in California who had advised one of the best things that I could do was to invest in a Rife machine. And that was in 2009, so our journey with the Rife machine began then. But we find that detox settings are really helpful on the BCX Ultra.
It's getting hot in here. I'm getting red-faced. So that's a little bit about what we do for detox. And there's more to it, but those are the basics. Anybody that's been managing Lyme for a while now knows that it sort of becomes an integral part of your reality and your lifestyle, and very careful about what we put in our bodies to not put toxic foods or colorings or, preservatives and Roundup and all that into your body. But let's see, one thing I just really want to put out there is that I think it's really important to have a conversation about detox with your practitioner. I'm really weary of practitioners that will hand you treatment for Lyme, but don't ever talk to you about the steps to take for detox, because I think personally they go hand in hand. And if you're treating something but you're not working on binding those toxins, that's a setup for a kind of dangerous situation, in my opinion. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I really hope these videos help someone. It's sometimes I think this is a silly endeavor of mine, and then I think to myself, okay, if I spare one person some suffering, then it's worth it. So if you want to see a video on something, comment below. I've gotten several requests for videos on what to do during a flare, and I've gotten questions about like inflammatory food stuff, and I've also gotten several questions about like, okay, so you guys grow this stuff and you make tinctures and you grow this food, but like, what do you buy? Like, what are the supplements that you buy? And so I'll go over that in another video soon. But be well, everyone. Be kind to yourself, and thanks for watching.